real quick, I won't be here before you long, but Dr. Moise Watkins is at it again. I don't know if he did a video about this yet, but he keeps posting about it on his several pages on YouTube, on Facebook, and social media, even on Instagram. I think he did a poll, and the poll is unanimous. Most Negroes are colorist, and they have inferiority complexes to biracial people. It is what it is, nothing new. But I think that Umar and Boyce are competing for the biggest one drop rulers on social media. I don't know. I get the point that most old Negroes subscribe to this logic or whatever, but it is what it is. But Boyce Watkins now is wanting to give credit to Patrick Mahomes for being the black man in the Super Bowl against another black man, which I hate those articles. It is weird, but have you noticed this? Isn't it weird that mostly all the pro-blackity black men, right? The black men who shit on black men with non-black wives and interracial relations. The biggest dick polices of that on YouTube aren't black women. It's Boyce and it's Umar, right? The two pro-blackity black kings fighting for they competing for space and position, right? But if you notice how they're adamantly against the relationships of interracial relationships. They do video after video attacking black men, talking shit about black men. Umar just gave Shannon Sharps a bunch of lashes because his affinity for white women. Boyce Watkins just did a video. I didn't even watch it, but I can assume what it's about because Moist is predictable. But he was talking about the You People movie and how Hollywood, which Netflix is not Hollywood, but it's trying to like send a message in that movie with the Lauren London and dating a white dude and interracial relationships, right? I think Boyce and his wife did like a damn near hour and a half video attacking Jay Ellis. Shout out to him from Insecure, aka Lawrence, because his wife is not black and they got all these concoctions and mind things and just psychoanalyzing situations they don't know nothing about. Him and his wife did that. Like, he's so black love to me, and he did these images on the show, Issa, but in real life he was with a black woman, and I feel hurt. That's Boy's wife talking, like, huh? With your light skin ass. But anyways, I see my way Boyce has this issue. But anyways, I think it's weird though. The biggest pro-blackity black men on YouTube between, I'm air quotes, right? Boyce and Umar, very vocal against interracial relationships. Very vocal, have no problem doing video attacking the black men who choose not to be with sisters. Go out their way to do that. Boyce did an hour and long video plus time with his wife on why Jay Ellis was wrong and he's something wrong with him for picking a white woman. But the products of those children from those relationships. Remember, Umar, you are African. To my biracial sisters, you are African until you do otherwise, whatever he said, right? He didn't view a black man as a black man, but the sisters, Boyce Watkins, Umar Johnson, they all let the light-skinned women and the biracials come into Wakanda, right? You already know that. But I just find it weird how the biggest voices against interracial relationships embrace the products of those relationships. I ain't the most pro-black dude in the world. I'm not. That's not me. But I'm not calling no biracial person black. And I'm not that inferior, have such an inferiority complex that I need to embrace them because they achieved some greatness. Whether it was Barack Obama, whether it was Halle Berry, whether it was Patrick Mahomes. Like, I see them as who they are. If I don't view dudes who pretend to be women as men, women, and they're just men, I damn sure don't view biracial people as black either. And I don't understand why this concept is so hard in 2020 with the reality that more and more biracial people are embracing all of who they are. They don't want to be put in a box. We the ones trying to put them in a box that we don't control because we have our own identity crisis. We don't got no damn flag. We don't got no damn food. We don't got no damn culture. Our shit's all made up. We confused. We pick and choose whatever we want to be. And yet we the police of who is black and who is not. And usually who's black, for a lot of black folks, is have something else. Make that shit make sense. Literally, the more we get further, right? We watched Kamala Harris be the first Indian everything because she couldn't be the first black woman because someone already did that, who actually had two black parents. And now, because it's politically convenient, now she want to be a half nigga, right? Now she want to go to that box. And you saw this with black women in Meghan Markle, who always embraced and identified as biracial. But now that is financially benefiting for her to be the black girl hurt by the royal family. Wait a minute. First of all, how the fudge do you marry the architects, the family that is the inception of so-called white supremacy? How do you marry into that family and then feel some type of way that they treated you differently because you got one drop in you? Huh? The one drop rule was racist. It was intended for white folks to tell their own offspring that you can't have the resources that you are entitled to because you are my blood child. However, that didn't work because we seen that people sued and people got inheritances. Thomas Jefferson kids or whoever, they all got resources and money. It was intended to cock block, but it did not work because the same law that was written to cock block by white men, the law that says that these kids are entitled to your shit, was also written by white men. So it kind of cancels each other out. But that's just my video. I just don't get the Umars and the Boyce Watkins who are constantly shitting on black men with non-black wives, but will adamantly defend the products of that relationship. Like, you don't get those kids without that relationship. To me, you are logically saying, and Umar knows this, right? Umar has said this himself, but you are saying, if you think that Patrick Mahomes is black, you emphatically are declaring that black men do not need black women to create black children. How the fuck can you be pro-black and have that opinion? That makes no damn sense. No other group of people would subscribe to that logic. White men, when their numbers get low and stuff get funny, they may pick someone else, but in reality, they know that kid is different. It's a little offshoot. It's a little other. They don't put them or elevate them up in their community. They're a little bit lower. We, on the other hand, will put them in front row seat and start worshiping their asses, right? We love them little blonde hair, mixed blue-eyed babies. And that's what it looks like, because you got, and it's way different for girls, but you got one of the Tia, Tamara, whatever, which one, the one that got divorced, she up here living her best life and shaking her butt on Instagram, and black girl hair is this and that. Like, no, sis, that's not black girl hair. That's mixed girl hair. If I just did this the other day, like, I Googled top 50 black actresses under 30 or 35. Literally, I think I did a video about this at home, but literally, out of the 40 women, like 30 of them were biracial, and then like 2 of them were not. They weren't Black American. They were like Nigerian Americans or Black Brits who are actresses. Most of them weren't even Black American women. All ours are the old ones over 40 that are washed and need to be replaced and need to be recycled. But all the young ones, the Zendayas and the Lenny Kravitz's daughter and all these other chicks, those are all the chicks dominating Hollywood right now that are under 30. I think they threw Keke Palmer in there and maybe two more. The sister that was in the trash version of Candyman that just came out, that sister. But other than that, it was mostly mixed race children. The Steinberg daughter, she was in it. But yeah, I don't know. I don't get these old black folks and they one drop rule. I don't get the inferiority complex that we have to where we have to embrace and then uplift them over your own. But then be mad as hell when you see your brother with that child's mother. Be mad as hell when that brother has some resources and some success and he doesn't choose a black woman. You don't like that, but you like the product that they produce. It don't make no sense to me.